The Real Housewives franchise has become synonymous with plastic surgery. While most cast members get work done here and there, a select few have turned cosmetic procedures into a seasonal tradition. These women didn't just get one nose job and call it a day. They got multiple procedures across multiple seasons, documenting their transformations on camera until they looked completely different from the woman who first appeared on our screens. Some were open about their work. Others lied until photos from earlier seasons exposed the truth. This is the complete investigation into Real Housewives who got plastic surgery every season, tracking every procedure, every excuse, and every dramatic before and after transformation. If there's one housewife whose face has changed more dramatically than any other across seasons, it's Kim. The Real Housewives of Atlanta alum joined the show in 2008 for Season 1, and by the time Don't Be Tardy ended in 2021, she looked like a completely different person. In July 2025, Kim appeared on E's Botched Presents, Plastic Surgery Rewind, and finally came clean about the full extent of her procedures. When Kim first appeared on RHA, she had blonde hair, a fuller face, and what appeared to be her natural features. But even then, she'd already started her plastic surgery journey. According to her own admission, she got under IE filler right after turning 18 years old. That filler remained in her face for decades, and in 2025, she finally had it reversed on the botched spin-off. "My skin is tighter. I feel more youthful, more beautiful, more confident than ever before," she said after the removal procedure. During those early RHA seasons between 2008 and 2011, Kim also got breast implants. She's admitted to having her boobs done a few times over the years, though she hasn't specified exactly when each augmentation occurred. The timeline is murky, but what's clear is that she's had multiple breast surgeries, not just one augmentation and done. She also got a tummy tuck during this early period, likely after having her children. The tummy tuck gave her a flatter, more toned midsection that she maintained throughout her time on television. Between seasons 4 and 6, roughly 2011 to 2014, Kim underwent rhinoplasty to slim down her nose. The change was subtle at first, but comparing photos from season 3 to season 6 shows a distinctly different nose shape. The bridge became narrower and the tip more refined. Kim has never been shy about admitting to her nose job, unlike some housewives who deny obvious work, even when confronted with photographic evidence. As Kim transitioned from RHA to her spin-off, Don't Be Tardy, which ran from 2012 to 2021, the procedures accelerated dramatically. She got fat injections in her lips to create fuller, plumper lips that became one of her signature features. The lip injections changed the entire shape of her mouth, making her lips appear significantly larger than they were in her early RHA days. She also underwent chin reduction surgery to create a more delicate jawline. The chin work was subtle but effective, changing the proportions of her face and making her features appear softer. Kim has been vocal about using Botox and filler regularly throughout her time on television. In various interviews and social media posts, she's discussed getting filler in her cheeks, jawline, and under her eyes. She's also had laser treatments and other non-surgical procedures to maintain her appearance. The cumulative effect of all these procedures, over more than a decade, is staggering when you look at before and after photos. After years of procedures, Kim's face started showing signs of what happens when you overdo cosmetic work. She developed loose skin after losing 10 pounds during her contentious divorce from Kroy Berman. The weight loss, combined with decades of filler stretching her skin, created sagging that she hadn't anticipated. She tried to fix it with contouring treatments that went under the skin to tighten it up. But according to Kim, the treatment did the opposite. Instead of tightening, her skin got looser. That's when she turned to Botched Presents Plastic Surgery Rewind for help reversing decades of filler and fixing the damage. The show documented her journey of having old filler dissolved and removed from her face, a process that was both painful and revealing. Comparing Kim's face from Season 1 of RHA in 2008 to her appearance in 2025 shows a complete transformation. Her eyes, nose, lips, chin, and overall facial structure look entirely different. It's not aging, it's surgical reconstruction of her entire face over 17 years of television. Vicki Gunilsson, the self-proclaimed OG of the OC, has been remarkably open about the extensive plastic surgery she's undergone throughout her 14 seasons on Real Housewives of Orange County. Unlike housewives who deny their work, Vicki owns it completely. "It's my body. I'll do whatever I want," she said unapologetically. In her first few seasons, starting in 2006, Vicki looked relatively natural. She was in her 40s and looked her age. But as the show went on and she watched her younger castmates get work done, Vicki decided to make some changes of her own. Between 2011 and 2015, Vicki's transformation really began. She got breast implants, becoming more open about plastic surgery in general. The breast augmentation gave her a more youthful silhouette and boosted her confidence. She also had a tummy tuck after losing weight, creating a more toned appearance that she maintained through diet and exercise. The tummy tuck removed excess skin and tightened her abdominal muscles, giving her a flatter stomach. In the later seasons, from 2016 to 2019, Vicki accelerated her plastic surgery schedule significantly. In a July 2017 interview with People magazine, Vicki confessed to having her upper and lower eyes, her nose, and her chin all done in the past 4 or 5 years. That's 4 major procedures in just a few years. The upper and lower blepharoplasty removed excess skin from her eyelids, making her eyes appear more open and alert. The rhinoplasty refined her nose. The chin work enhanced her jawline. She also admitted to getting another breast augmentation during this period to update her implants with newer, better ones. Vicki said she regrets getting her nose and chin job so close to the start of a season because it resulted in her having like a moon face on camera. The swelling and recovery made her look puffy during filming, which she felt affected how viewers perceived her appearance. She wished she'd given herself more recovery time before cameras started rolling. After leaving RHOC in 2019, Vicki continued getting work done. In 2022, she revealed she'd undergone air sculpt, a type of minimally invasive laser liposuction on her butt, legs, and thighs. She was inspired to get the procedure after running into Real Housewives of Dallas alum Leanne Locken, who looked fabulous after having it done herself. The air sculpt removed stubborn fat deposits that diet and exercise couldn't touch, contouring her lower body and giving her a more toned appearance. Vicki has consistently maintained that she has no regrets about her plastic surgery journey overall, despite the occasional timing mishap. She believes that if procedures make you feel better about yourself, there's no shame in getting work done. Sonia Morgan, from Real Housewives of New York, documented one of the most expensive single plastic surgery procedures in Housewives history. Following 5 months of filming RHY Season 12 in 2020, Sonia paid a visit to NYC plastic surgeon Dr. Andrew Giacono for a $75,000 facelift and neck lift. The price tag alone is staggering, especially when you consider that most facelifts cost between $15,000 and $30,000. So why did Sonia's cost more than double the average? She explained on Daily Pop that Dr. Giacono's particular procedure is different because he goes under the muscle, which keeps the skin attached to the muscle, so all the blood vessels are still attached and very vibrant and alive. The technique is more complex and expensive than traditional facelifts, but supposedly provides longer-lasting, more natural-looking results. The recovery time is also longer because the surgery is more invasive. Sonia has been open about her cosmetic work over the years, posting before and after photos following her lower facelift and neck lift on social media. At 56 years old, when she had the procedure, Sonia felt it was time to address sagging skin and restore a more youthful appearance. She'd been dealing with jowls and loose skin under her chin that made her look older than she felt. The $75,000 procedure addressed both issues, lifting her face and tightening her neck for a dramatically more youthful appearance. The results were stunning, taking years off her face and creating a tighter, more lifted look without appearing overdone or plastic. Sonia was thrilled with the outcome and has said the investment was worth every penny. She's also been open about maintaining the results with regular Botox, filler, and other non-surgical treatments. The facelift gave her a foundation, but the maintenance work keeps her looking fresh and camera-ready. Tamara Judge from Real Housewives of Orange County might be the most transparent housewife when it comes to plastic surgery. She's not only admitted to multiple procedures, but she's actually posted photos of herself healing on Instagram, showing fans the reality of cosmetic surgery recovery. Most housewives hide during recovery, not wanting anyone to see them bruised, swollen, and bandaged. But Tamara has embraced full transparency, documenting her journey from pre-surgery through recovery to final results. Over her years on RHOC, Tamara has had a boob job, a nose job, a lower facelift, and eyelid surgery. That's at least 4 major surgical procedures, not counting Botox, filler, and other non-surgical treatments she's likely had done over the years. Each procedure was documented to some degree on social media or the show itself, giving fans an inside look at what going under the knife really entails. In 2021, Tamara made headlines when she had her breast implants removed after experiencing symptoms of breast implant illness. She'd been dealing with health issues that she attributed to her implants, including fatigue, brain fog, joint pain, and other symptoms that were affecting her quality of life. After researching breast implant illness and consulting with doctors, Tamara decided the implants had to go. The explant surgery removed both implants completely, and she chose not to replace them with new ones. After removal, she reported feeling significantly better within weeks. Her energy returned, her brain fog lifted, and her joint pain decreased. The experience proved that plastic surgery isn't always permanent and sometimes requires reversal. Tamara has been vocal about warning other women with implants to pay attention to their bodies and consider explant surgery if they're experiencing similar symptoms. Her transparency about both getting implants and removing them has made her a valuable resource for women navigating similar decisions. Former Real Housewives of New Jersey star Jacqueline Larita has been extremely open about her various plastic surgeries, documenting her transformation on the show and on social media. But unlike housewives who get praised for their honesty, Jacqueline got eaten alive by followers who thought she was being hypocritical about money. The issue was that Jacqueline complained openly on RHJ about her family's financial struggles. She discussed being in debt, worrying about money, and the stress of trying to make ends meet. Then she'd turn around and post about getting expensive plastic surgery procedures, which made fans absolutely furious. They accused her of poor financial priorities, spending thousands of dollars on cosmetic work while claiming to be broke and struggling. The backlash was brutal and unrelenting. According to People magazine, in 2017, Jacqueline had already had 4 breast augmentations by that point. 4 separate surgeries just on her breasts. That's an extraordinary number of procedures on one body part, suggesting either complications that required revision or simply changing her mind about size and shape multiple times. RHJ cameras captured her tummy tuck and neck lift during Season 5, showing the entire process from consultation through surgery to recovery. Viewers watched as she underwent the procedures and dealt with the painful healing process. She admitted on Twitter to having a breast reduction and a nose job, casually mentioning these procedures as if they were no big deal. She claimed she got a good deal in exchange for marketing her doctor's services, essentially getting discounted or free procedures in return for promoting the surgeon on social media. But followers were not buying that explanation. The criticism intensified when Jacqueline mused on social media about doing something to her lower face, suggesting she wasn't done with procedures yet, despite her supposed financial struggles. People questioned why she was even considering more cosmetic work if her family couldn't afford basic necessities. The disconnect between crying poverty and getting multiple plastic surgeries created a credibility problem that Jacqueline never fully recovered from. Looking at before and after photos, comparing her early RHJ days to her later appearance, Jacqueline looks like a completely different person. Her face is slimmer, her features more refined, her body more contoured. The transformation is undeniable and impressive from a purely aesthetic standpoint, but the financial hypocrisy left a bad taste in viewers' mouths. Melissa Gorga initially denied getting rhinoplasty when she joined Real Housewives of New Jersey in season 3. Her position was that her nose looked different in photos because of makeup contouring and different camera angles, not because she'd had surgery, but her former co-star Jacqueline Larita couldn't keep the secret and spilled the beans during an argument, revealing that Melissa had absolutely had a nose job. Melissa finally came clean about her work in 2016, acknowledging one nose surgery, but vehemently denying Larita's claim that she'd had 4 separate rhinoplasty procedures. According to Melissa, it was one nose job and that's it. Comparing photos from 2011, when Melissa joined RHJ, to her appearance in 2025 shows dramatic changes to her nose. The bridge appears far slimmer, the tip more refined, and the overall shape significantly different. Before Melissa admitted to rhinoplasty, her makeup artist had been heavily contouring her nose with makeup to make it appear slimmer on camera, essentially using cosmetic tricks to achieve the look of surgery before she actually got surgery. Once the truth came out, she stopped hiding it and embraced her new nose. Melissa has also been open about her breast implants, though she didn't volunteer that information initially either. In 2021, she revealed during a casual conversation that she sent her mother to her breast doctor for a reduction, inadvertently confirming she'd had her own breast augmentation. She's admitted to getting regular Botox as well, stating on Jeff Lewis Live in 2023 that obviously, since season 3, I've had a nose job, everybody knows this. The phrase, everybody knows this, is interesting because for years, not everybody knew it since she'd been denying it. But once she finally came clean, she acted as if she'd always been transparent. Melissa's transformation from season 3 to present day is significant, with her nose being the most obvious change, but her overall appearance also benefiting from regular maintenance work like Botox, filler, and possibly other procedures she hasn't disclosed. Looking at all these cases together, several clear patterns emerge about housewives who get plastic surgery every season. They almost always start small with procedures like Botox, filler, or a single surgery like breast augmentation or rhinoplasty. They're testing the waters, seeing how they like the results, how they feel about being public about it, and how fans respond. Most aren't planning to become plastic surgery addicts. They just want to fix one thing that bothers them. But once they get comfortable with cosmetic work and see how good they can look with just one procedure, they start thinking about what else could be improved. One breast augmentation becomes 2. As they decide they want to go bigger or smaller or fix issues with the first surgery, Botox becomes filler. Filler becomes facelifts. The work escalates as they try to maintain or enhance their appearance, season after season, fighting against aging and the harsh scrutiny of high-D cameras.